cold-blooded murder is making Mortal Kombat the most popular video game in history. Kids relish their victory and their bloody choice. Should they pull out their opponent's heart? Or simply rip his head off just to see his spinal cord dangle in a pool of blood? How do you feel about cutting his head off?
Mortal Kombat came out in 1992, and it completely changed the gaming industry. The ESRB rating system would come about in a major part because of the fatalities in this game, the fatalities of which caused a massive media hellstorm.
One of the most vicious games is called Mortal Kombat. The objective is to finish off your opponent violently. Another method is decapitation.
Parents who can't believe the game makers are fantasizing about decapitation and murder. Game makers are also talking about a new rating system similar to the movies.
Even so, the giant Sega Corporation recently introduced a voluntary system to rate video games for use by a general audience, those over 13 and over 17.
Boone and his team would have to go before Congress to defend their case over these, which feels especially silly because of how these compare to the complete gory masterpieces of contemporary Mortal Kombat games. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 1 recently, and I think it'd be fun to rank the original 8 fatalities from the first game. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Number 8.
Sonya wins. Flawless victor fatality.
The worst fatality in Mortal Kombat is Sonya's Kiss of Death. This fatality isn't even that bad really, but it suffers from the only case of reused assets in this game, something I suspect came about from the fact that Sonya was added super late in the development cycle to round out the roster. As it stands, it's just a little puffball that leaves the other combatant as a skeleton covered in ash, and there's nothing about it that adds to Sonya's personality or to the mystique of the game as a whole. This is the only fatality in the game that I would call bad. Number 7.
Kano wins. Flawless victory.
The first good fatality is the pit stage fatality. This is an iconic fatality, and it can only be used on the pit stage. Uppercutting your opponent into the spikes below is just so cool, and it's no surprise that the spikes show up in every game that has some type of stage fatality system.
And then they'll think about this and try to make it real.
Number 6.
Liu Kang wins. Flawless victor fatality.
My number 6 pick is likely to be most people's least favorite, and that's Liu Kang's flip kick fatality. I think a lot of people don't like this one because it doesn't definitively show the death of the other combatant. I actually like this about Liu Kang's flip kick though, because it shows that he is the least violent member of the cast, so it adds a lot to his characterization. As an additional piece of awesomeness, his flip kick can combo with the pit stage fatality, making the opponent fall into the pits below instead of on the stage itself. Number 5.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victor fatality.
Scorpion's Flame Skull is my number 5 pick. I like this one better than Sonya's Kiss of Death, despite the fact that they use the same assets, because it adds to Scorpion's background as a character. Most people who saw this back in the day would have been stunned by the way he only has a skull under his mask, and this is the part of the fatality I feel is the most significant. Scorpion was instantly unique from the way he yells, "Get over here!"
Get over here!
with his spear, but the skull is something else entirely. It's a part of Scorpion's character that has basically gone by the wayside recently, with most of the modern games not really caring about this aspect of him. Number 4.
Raiden wins. Flawless victor fatality.
Raiden is the only character on the roster that has some type of graphical effect tied to him the whole time. During each map, he has sparks of lightning that course through his whole body, and this graphical tick foreshadows his fatality. Sending millions of amps of lightning into his opponent's head, Raiden's opponent's head explodes in a shower of blood. Blood is the name of the game in Mortal Kombat, and from here on out, there's going to be a lot of blood, relative to 1992 anyway, on this list. Number 3.
Kano wins. wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Mortal Kombat is loaded with the most iconic fatalities that would be remixed and reused over the course of the whole franchise's history. Kano's heart rip is one of the most iconic ones, where he reaches into his opponent's chest, ripping out their still beating heart. I really like the way this fatality shows the heart still beating once it's pulled out, and the way Kano raises it above his head in victory. Kano's brutality is on full display here, especially since this is the most intimate fatality of the first game. He's the only character who has to reach into his defeated opponent's body to finish them, which matches Kano perfectly. Number 2.
Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Everybody loves Johnny Cage, and his uppercut fatality is my second favorite finisher in this title. It has since been added as a brutality for every character in the modern games, but at the time of this game's release, this fatality was so unique and eye-catching. I love the way the head bounces around on the ground after the uppercut is finished, and the way this fatality leads right into Johnny's winning pose. Number 1.
Sub-Zero wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
That's pretty bad. That's just plain gross.
The best fatality in Mortal Kombat is Sub-Zero's spine rip. This is the one that showed up consistently in the news coverage of this game alongside Kano's heart rip. Spine rip and its variations are almost a must-have in any Mortal Kombat game, and it makes sense why. The spine rip is synonymous with fatalities, and whenever I think of 90s Mortal Kombat, this fatality is the one I think of instantly. And that's the ranking, my guys. What's your favorite fatality from Mortal Kombat? Would you like to see one of these for Mortal Kombat 2? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ding that bell for more really fatalistic gaming content. Have a great day, gamers.